When a club finds themselves in a situation, or a membership-based organization finds themselves not achieving the kind of results that they want to, in other words, they need to develop a different strategy. In private business, we'd say we need to do a turnaround. Do you advocate the same thing, that a club or an environment needs to find a third-party business that can help guide them through that process, to quit digging a deeper hole that they're already in, but to start realizing that they've got to start implementing some new tactics through maybe a different vision?
Third party is a marriage counselor.
Are you suggesting that
when the marriage is in trouble, get some help?
So you're advocating in
I am
most
a
cases
strong advocate. There is too much information out there. There are too many things in our busy lives. The line between business and leisure, is totally erased. God bless the, smartphone. I'd like to throw it in the lake sometime. We cannot be all things to all people. We cannot be expert in all areas. If we get bogged down by doing the same thing, definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. If we get into that rut, we need that fresh perspective, and we've got to have the smarts to get it. That's where one of the signs of leadership is confidence in oneself, to know I don't know everything. PhD, I jokingly say, means piled higher and deeper. I don't know everything. If I need something, I do a lot of research. If I'm stuck on a statistical issue, I go to a statistic expert.
Why are we sometimes reluctant to ask for the help that would be so good for us?
Pride, number one, and number two, it's the old Anglo-Saxon work ethic. Do it yourself, stand on your own 2 feet, be a man or a woman.
And what we realized is that we're much better off, as you said in your analogy, that the role of a marriage counselor, if I understand correctly, is to encourage communication. So we have effective leadership.
Shared meaning.
Meaning building shared meaning, building effective communication, establishing a outside individual who can be unbiased in their vision of moving us forward.
And it may be that outside marriage counselor, between customer and brand, or between board and member, whatever the issue has to be, is only needed one time. It may be that they need to come in several times. It may be they have to stay for a longer period of time. Each one is unique. And that's where the relationship between an outside consultant, vendor, whatever an outside breath of fresh air. Because that's what they bring in, is that, okay, they haven't been jaded, they haven't been burned out, they don't know that things can't be done. They don't know the way it's always been done. They have to understand the history. But it was done this way. Well, there's this new approach out there now, because I'm an expert in that will come to play. Well, the board doesn't have time to find that new approach. That's not their area. Their area is widgets. So the role of an outside provider, the role of an outside fresh set of eyes, to me is critical. The McDonald's of the world bring them in.
I'm going to give you one last chance to put a plug in for MB Strategies.
The head of MB Strategies is cute.
Yeah. And I like to go on record as that's a woman that's driving a purple convertible Lexus.
Yes, hardtop convertible. No, the biggest plug, if you want to call it that, I would say one of your strongest attributes is that, number one, you care. The success of your client is not your success. You care about your success as a professional, but you care that they succeed and that they have fun and feel pride in that success. You cannot buy that. You cannot teach it. That's an innate thing, the caring. And from the moment I saw your eyes in our first meeting, your body language told me, and that's something I learned from my father, is to read body language. Your
That's
body,
pretty powerful.
yeah, your body language told me that you care. You're not a closed system. You're open system. You're hungry. You're a sponge. You want to learn more, and you want to share that learning. That to me, you can learn an industry, just like I learned the hospitality industry. You can learn an industry. You can't learn to care. And that to me, outside the cuteness, is great.